And welcome back to the Steel Report for this week. You know, this week I wanted to end because it's Easter Sunday, and I want to get some perspective from my friend Pastor Quovadis Marshall, Pastor Q of Hope City Church in Waterloo. And by the way, as we know, Pastor, your Sunday services air right here on KWWL. In fact, they air right after our show ends today, so we know that people are faithful followers of yours, and hopefully they'll stick around to watch the show. But what I wanted to do today is kind of have you give us a little preview of the Easter Sunday message that you have for everyone in this just incredible year as we're still in the pandemic. Hopefully it's coming to an end, but what are you telling everyone, and particularly your congregation, on this Easter Sunday?
Yeah, I think in light of everything going on, the message of Easter resonates more true and more personal than maybe even in times past, in that the pandemic and everything happening in our world, even here in our state, seems like it's been a long season of suffering. And when that happens, it's hard to see a preferred future and hope in the midst of the chaos of trauma and trouble. And what Easter, the message of Easter is this, is that on the other side of Jesus's vulnerability and suffering is great strength and victory. And that is the message of Easter, that God desires to take our most painful moments and repurpose them for his ultimate plan for our lives. And although we don't always understand and it doesn't make sense, the opportunity and invitation by God is to trust an unknown future to an all-knowing God.
How have you, as a pastor, tried to maintain that sense of hope?
What we've tried to do at Hope City is, in our pivot in the moment, ask what's the greatest present need spiritually, personally, and relationally? Hope for the spirit, some consistency in offering the same unchanging, life giving message of Jesus personally, and then relationally. How do we come alongside our community to meet the needs in a safe way, to come alongside our first responders, to meet the needs of our frontline workers, to really, what we've tried to do is really pivot to what we like to say at Hope City Church is the church exists to run toward the rubble. So we doubled down on local outreaches. We invested more than 10% of our resources back into our community and around the globe. We partnered with our school district, as I said earlier, our nursing community, our nursing homes, our police and fire department. We tried to come around the people who are really putting their lives on the line to meet the needs of those around us. So we've tried to be, as you know, Ron, our name is Hope City. And so our mantra is we're a church in the city, of the city, and for the city. And that means meeting the spiritual, relational, and personal needs of our community in any way that we can.
So you still have a couple of Easter Sunday services yet to go, one at 11 o'clock today, and then a final one at 12:30. So
Yeah.
tell everyone where Hope City Church is located, and we'll talk a little bit about your new church, too, here down the road.
Awesome. Thank you so much for mentioning that. Yeah, we are located at 118 High Street, right here in downtown Waterloo, in the heartbeat of our community. We're across the street from East High School. It's formerly First Lutheran Church.
Mhm.
If you pull up, you'll see cars in the parking lot. And we would love to have you and your family join us for Easter Sunday.
And again, their services will be live at your church, and then of course on KWWL here in just a couple of minutes. So, well, let me ask you a serious question though. What do you think has been the most difficult thing for you as a pastor? Because each of us, almost all of us, knows someone who died during, or certainly was seriously ill during the pandemic.
Yeah, I think that's been it. It's the personal. Pastoring is about people. It's what it's about at the end of the day. You don't choose this, or we would say God calls you to this if you don't love people. People are at the heartbeat of everything that's true about God. God loves people. And so we've had some very precious people in our church lose their life to COVID. And I've, done more funerals this last year than almost my entire time as the lead pastor of Hope City, uh, due directly to COVID. And so, how do you comfort people in the midst of their suffering and sorrow, and at the same time remind them that there's hope in the future in days to come? In true to the title pastor, it comes from this idea of being a shepherd, and shepherds have to walk with the sheep at a pace they're comfortable with, while also helping them move toward the green pastures where there's nourishment and fulfillment. Many of us will know Psalm 23. It's a famous psalm. It's called the Shepherd Psalm. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures, and he leads me beside the still waters. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, the Lord is with me. His rod and his staff comfort me. And as a pastor, it is to protect, it is to direct, it is to care for and feed those who are part of our flock. And that happens relationally. And so the hardest part, honestly, has been not being able to see all of the people who I love dearly
Mhm.
face to face. It's been over a year since I've seen 50% of our congregation. Now, a lot have joined us new, and many are joining us every week online and right here through the gift of technology and KWWL. And that's been great. But I love the people who call Hope City home. I love their families. I know their stories. It's the people dynamic and not being able to comfort them face to face, but to only be able to comfort them through the gift and the miracle of technology.
Well, that's fantastic. And the last time you were here, we did talk about your plans. You're going to build a brand new church here sometime. So just quick update here in the last couple of seconds about where that's going to be and when you're going to break ground.
We're super excited for it. We are staying in the heartbeat of our community. We love the Cedar Valley, believe God's planted us here. And so we bought 15 acres of land just 2 miles up the road off of MLK in Idaho. There's some land there next to the Stoke Manors estate. And so our plan is to, Lord willing, is to break ground this fall for our new facility. We'll keep our current High Street location as a ministry outreach center where we're already doing a feeding program and partnering with our schools. And so we're really, really, really excited for that. And if you want more information, shameless plug, you can go to myhopecity.net and check out more information or visit us on the weekend at 118 High Street at Hope City Church.
Yeah, Pastor Quovadis Marshall, Pastor Q of Hope City, thank you very much for joining us here. And we all look forward to hearing your Easter Sunday message here on KWWO in just a couple of minutes. So Pastor Q, thanks very much.
Thank you, Ron. It's always a pleasure for having me. And God bless you all. May you have a great Easter this year in spite of everything going on. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Hope you have a very, very happy Easter. Thanks for watching us here. All of our shows, remember, are online on kwwo.com right now. We'll see you here next week.